Hello again everyone, how are you all? Hope you're all well. I'm back again with another question and I want to put this one out there to the community. I'd love to see your responses either in the comments or even make a video. And the question is this: what is it that makes your favourite console or computer your favourite console and computer? What I mean by that is, we all, back in the day, used to pick a side, don't we? And we still do now, even though it's just in jest. Whether it was Sega or Nintendo, or Spectrum, Commodore 64 or CPC, or even Amiga and Atari ST. But what I want to know is, why is it your favourite? And what I mean by that is, was it a gift? Was it a Christmas present? Was it a birthday present? Was it hand-me-down? Did you have to save up for it? What's your reason behind that this is your favourite computer or console? For me, it has always been this. Yes, that's it, the Spectrum. This is the Plus 2B model, which is not the one I had back in the day, but this is the one that I use every day at the moment. Odd story with the Spectrum though, is I was born in 1983. The Spectrum came out in 1981. I mean, the ZX81 over here behind me, that came out in 1981, and I got a lot of fondness for that as well. But where does that fondness come from? Why not a Commodore 64? Why not, Mega Drive, Master System, Super Nintendo? And it purely comes down to nostalgia. And I think that's what it'll come down to everyone. Whether we got them as a birthday present, as a Christmas present, if they were handed down to us, whether you had to work 2 or 3 paper rounds to save up your money to get one. That is, when we put that time and effort in and have those memories back from a childhood, that is what makes us so fond and so passionate about these. I'm under no delusions. The Commodore 64 is better than this. So is the Amstrad CPC. But I never had those. I got the Spectrum from my dad, right? And it's not even like, oh, here we go, here's a computer, you have that. It's deeper than that. Because my dad must have bought these, I'll get into it, my dad must have bought these before he had a family, especially with the ZX81. And he really, really loved them. He remembers telling me that he used to go to Boots where he got his first one, and he remembers telling me how much it cost and he saved up for it and everything else. And then families come along, don't they? We all know what it's like. You have things that are important and then families come along and it takes a back seat, doesn't it? So I think the Spectrum was just pushed to the back and forgotten about. But then when we started showing an interest in computers and things like that, the Spectrums came out again. And you might say to yourself, well, why didn't he just buy another Spectrum? Or another computer or console or something like that? I've got 5 brothers, and there was a very common phrase that was used in our household. So if I've got to buy one, I've got to buy 5. You know what I mean? Buy one for you, got to buy one for everyone. So that's just how it is. That's just, we didn't have the funds to upgrade to a different computer. So I say stuck with it. It's just what we had. I remember where this computer was set up in my house. We had a little conservatory at the back. I'm sure it was a Plus model that we had that was set up in there. I wonder if I actually got the game. Me not being prepared again. There's a game I was going to show off, but I've forgotten about it. It was set up, and I remember loading these games up, and I remember taking for ages for them to load, but when they appeared on the screen, it was like, oh, whoa, a game. You know what I mean? This was our first computer. And also the same, seeing my dad getting excited over it as well, teaching us coding on this thing, teaching us coding on the ZX81 with the horrible RAM pack that was on it, sitting there for ages. I remember watching him typing in this code, say, come on, what's this? Type in this code, and he pressed a button just to watch the line go across the screen. Really unimpressive, but it was the passion that he had that he passed it on to me, and the love for the Spectrum came from there. It's just like it's going back to a simpler time, isn't it? Really, when you think about nostalgia and computers and all the rest of it. When all you had to worry about was making sure you got the free toy that was in the bottom of the cereal that your brothers didn't get it, or getting home from school to watch your favourite TV shows. And when you had the time to just sit and play games and wait for them to load, and still crash, you know what I mean? To me, again, that's part of the nostalgia about this computer. I can't have the same passion about the TI-99, or this actually here is a Commodore 64 but in a +4 shell, and this is a +4 of stuff up there as well. These are nice to have. I would never have had these back in the day, but they don't have the same sentimentality or nostalgia attached to the Spectrum. That's why I love it, and I'm so passionate about the Spectrum. Graphics aren't great. No, these are better. When I first saw a Commodore 64, I was actually blown away. I was thinking, wow, that's more like an Amiga. You know what I mean? We'll get into Amiga another time, because that is when we did upgrade, round about 93. My dad, as a parent now myself, my dad must have worked so hard to save up to get us that Amiga 600. And as I said, story for another day. A lot of love for the Amiga. Just as much love as I've got for the Spectrum. That's why I have in my bedroom permanently set up one Spectrum, one Amiga. It's just, it's a special thing. You know what I mean? And I want to know why yours are special to you. You know what I mean? I know people who love Commodore 64s because they had Spectrums that broke again and again and again, took them back to the shop and went, sod it, we'll get a Commodore 64, and never look back. And then hate the Spectrum. Hate's kind of a strong word though, isn't it, really? I mean, in this world of retro collecting, I don't think any of us actually hate other systems. It's nice to go back to that bickering backwards and forwards and a little bit of banter and everything else. But it's quite nice. And going on from the Spectrum, now we have the Spectrum next. And now my kids are seeing the passion that I have for the Spectrum, playing the games, and now they are playing the games on this, which I absolutely love. My son was playing Warhawk the other day, and he absolutely loved it. He really did. So I hope that bit of passion for the Spectrum passes on another generation, keeps it alive. And isn't that the main thing, really, with this nostalgia and everything else? It's keeping those memories and the computers and consoles and everything alive as well. I can't have really any nostalgia for consoles because I didn't have any. I remember somebody who had a Mega Drive. I remember somebody had a Super Nintendo, and I remember somebody had a Master System. But it was going around their house and playing it for 5 minutes and then coming home. Whereas Spectrum is where my heart is, and where my heart always will be. That's why I love the Spectrum. Enough waffling on. I would like to know your thoughts. What are your memories? Because even though I can like Spectrum and somebody else can like Spectrum, or somebody likes Sega and somebody else likes Sega, I can guarantee you your stories of why will be completely different. So, the question is, why is your favourite console or computer your favourite console or computer? That's enough of me waffling. I hope you've enjoyed and understand now why I like this system over others. And if you want to see me looking at more of these consoles and computers and everything else and going through them all, come with me on this journey. Like, subscribe, share this video, and let's just go through this journey together, discovering new and exciting games of systems that you probably never heard of. I didn't hear half of these before. So, thanks for watching, guys. Everyone, stay safe. See you again soon. Bye.